Appreciate it. I wanted to give my thoughts. Does this game suck, or is it good? In today's edition of Does It Suck? We got the fantastic Marvel's Rivals. Spoiler alert, I like the game a lot, which is why I said it's fantastic. Very, very quick rundown. I played 7 years of Overwatch. 7 miserable years of Overwatch. I never really liked the game too much. I played it for my friends. I played it for, other people in my life that really wanted me to play the game. So I wasn't really like, super into what this game was trying to be. Hero shooters in general don't really excite me. Certain aspects of it do. Overwatch had its moments. Like I think when Overwatch 1 first launched, and for the first like 2 years it was actually pretty darn fun, but then when they had roll queue, it went downhill a little bit, and certain other issues happened. And then Blizzard over and over again, year after year, slowly but surely absolutely killed the game via monetization, first with the loot boxes and with other stuff, with their increasing prices, with their forced worsening of the battle passes and everything in between. It was just nerf after nerf after nerf in terms of the fun of the game. And then also the kits changed a lot. Then they tried to do the Overwatch 2 cash grab. They did a lot of crap. Blizzard, they really did their level best to destroy Overwatch, and I think they unfortunately succeeded. So enter in the biggest competitor, in my opinion, to Overwatch, which has been around for a very, very long time. Overwatch, a lot of things have said they're the Overwatch killer, never really happened, but I think we finally have a real contender in Marvel's Rivals. Basically, it's a simplified Overwatch in some ways, in a lot of ways, but with increased, what's it called? With an increased focus on the stages, which is very, very nice. I really like how the stages are unique. And also with simplified kits for all the heroes. They all fulfill various niches and everything like that, but they're definitely, it's not nearly as many things in each kit as Overwatch. I don't think that's a bad thing, by the way. I think that's a good thing. You can focus on the game. You don't have to know every single ability of every single character. You're like, okay, Star-Lord is a shooty guy, he's probably going to shoot me, and it's that's all you really need to know. For example, for certain characters, you need to know what they do, but a lot of characters are very simplified. They added a Marvel level coat of paint, but it's not just a coat of paint. They added lore. They added characters. They added new characters. They added all kinds of, interesting designs for each kit, making it fit the characters, and really went in depth on the mechanics of those characters to really bring to life that Marvel power fantasy of every single superhero kind of doing its own thing. Especially with the team-up attacks. Team-up attacks actually is a very, very big thing that Overwatch has never really had. And this has it baked right into pretty much I think every single character has some kind of team-up ability. But anyways, that's my little intro. I'm a little biased because I'm a huge Marvel fan. Corgis and Captain America are why I'm named Cap Corgi. So obviously I'm going to like Captain America. But I think just on his own merit, I think Marvel's Rivals is in a really, really good place. I will link this in below as well. But one of my biggest worries for the game, and it's still a worry, it's an ongoing worry, because Netease, the makers of Marvel's Rivals, is very coin flippy. So half their games are pretty okay in terms of monetization, in terms of support, and then the other half of games are very bad. They either abandon the games or it's full on mobile gotcha bullshit or whatever, and so you never really know which Netease you're gonna get. And we thankfully, so far at least, have the good side of Netease. And like I said, the video for their monetization in depth is below. You can look into it and everything like that. I go over all the details there. But suffice it to say, So far, there is no FOMO. Every single battle pass that you buy or can earn is not expiring, so you can fulfill those battle passes anytime. You can get free credits just by playing the game and doing like little missions and quests and such. And all of the skins are very ethically priced. It's not like, $50 for a skin. It is more like, and Fluffy, I will, no worries, in a moment. And like every skin is ethically priced. It's not like, for a movie tie-in skin, it's going to be $50 or $70 or, the $500 RE skin for Riot Games. It's none of those. It is basically like what amounts to, for an entire bundle, 15 to 20 to I think like 22 is the highest price that I've seen for a bundle, and that was like one of the movie tie-ins. So pretty good prices as well. So thankfully, the biggest worry is already taken care of. Now that could change at any time, and I will create an update and discuss with you guys very openly on if this game becomes gacha, becomes loot boxes, becomes pay to win, becomes any of these things that we hate and loathe in all of our games, especially games of service style, live service type of games, hero shooters and so on and so forth. Definitely the bane of all the game's existences are those things. Now, beyond that, the gameplay itself. The gameplay is fast, it's fun, it's very low-key. Time to kill is pretty fast, except for certain things like, Venom's E, where he becomes like, a big like 1,000 health shield and everything like that. But in general, time to kill is quite fast. If you're able to, run down an enemy, you can eviscerate him no matter who you are, matching with who you are. The highlight system is what I'm showcasing right now. It's very good, extremely easy to use. I wish every game had a highlight system like this. One of the first games that I saw had a really good highlight system where you could even save the highlights into your own computer and stuff really, really easily and share it directly to TikTok, for example, was from that mech game. I forgot, Mecha Break? Yeah, I think it's called Mecha Break, from a few months back. Extremely well-made system. And it's really like tailor-made to share the fun moments. It's not just player of the game, and it's always going to, like, some mad DPS or some, like, 5 revive, mercy revive or whatever. Every single character gets their own special highlight, and you can see all of your team's highlights. Also a huge W. Like I was playing with Diddles, who was playing Winter Soldier, and I like to play Winter Soldier as well, and I was like, man, let's see what he did. I can just check it out immediately. Huge W. And it's something that really adds to the cooperative nature of playing with your friends, playing with random people and liking their stuff. And you can give every single person on your team a thumbs up if you want. It's a small thing, but it's something I wish every single game added. It would just be such a positive thing to pretty much every single game. Now, the game's not perfect. One of the huge downsides is we just had a game earlier this stream where we had 2 names with gamer language, one a slur and one being a reference to SA, and obviously terrible things. There is no name filter. There's a typing filter. You can't type. For example, you can't type Winnie the Pooh for obvious reasons. Netease is a China-based company, but for names you can put anything, including full-on slurs, which is a huge oversight, but it is an oversight and something that'll be hopefully easily rectified, and definitely a big problem. But thankfully that should be easily fixed, though that is definitely a downside. And also another big downside is, while there is in-game VoIP, the in-game VoIP is extremely janky. Half the time it doesn't work, half the time the input doesn't work, half the time the VoIP at all just stops working for games at a time. And in order to make it work again, you have to completely log out of the game, exit out of it, and go back in. A big downside. But, those things can be fixed, hopefully. And in terms of the actual character design, let me get out of this so we can show you all the characters. First of all, at launch, I don't think Overwatch had this many characters available, in this case heroes. But we have 7, 14, 21, 28, and 33 total heroes, and that's a lot. I think that's more than Overwatch. And you know, the Marvel universe is extremely rich with all kinds of characters, from tanks to supports to damage dealers. What would typically be those? And we've been surprised by a couple. Like, who would have thunk Doctor Strange would have been a tank? I didn't think of Doctor Strange as a tank, but he's a tank in this game, and it works. He's actually really fun to play. Everyone's kit, almost all of them, are really good. I think Hulk's is like not a really great kit. I think besides Hulk, is there any other kit I really don't like? Um Magneto's is strong, but I don't consider it particularly fun. At least it's not my kind of kit. And I would say like those are my two probably least favorite kits. Thor's is a little bit boring, but it's all right. It's just a little bit like I'm just gonna stand there and auto you in the face kind of kit. But besides that, like I really like almost all of the other kits completely. I think like, you know, small details of like, you know, Captain America's shield throw ability is very hard to hit. The bounce range is extremely small, so it kind of makes it useless. But besides like small details like that, like his kit is really fun. I'm a huge Cap fan, so I'm extremely like, you know, hard to please when it comes to my favorite character. And they nailed him. They nailed Wolverine. Jeff the Shark is very strong. His ult maybe a little too broken, but he's extremely fun. Iron Fist is too strong, but he's also really fun. So some balance issues are there. But besides that, like every character so far that I've played, and I've played over half the characters, not all of them, but over half for sure, has felt fresh. It has felt interesting. It has felt nuanced, but also extremely approachable to play. There's no character with like a paragraph of like, you know, each ability, which, you know, Overwatch had for a few of them, and definitely, you know, a game like League of Legends has for too many of them. And but yeah, so huge W. I think that the stages are incredibly interesting. You can do everything from like, you know, being on the symbiote planet, you know, extending bridges and creating walls and stuff, to you know, a lot of verticality to do a lot of the maps, basically making a lot of the flyers extremely strong. And it kind of encourages you as the player to figure out multiple characters in every single class, as in Vanguard, which is tanks, supports, which are strategists, and damage dealers. It teaches you that you want to learn multiple characters for each role, because each character will be of varying usefulness in every single map. I think this is a very healthy way to create a game. I think that's a very good way to do it, and I think that's a huge W. Another really cool thing, level destructibility, something that has never been in Overwatch and has always been asked for, at least in terms of, you know, a lot of other games that have been competitors and so on. And I think that's a huge W. I love the destructibility. You can destroy walls, you can chip away. It also makes it so, like, you know, a random like little wall on the map isn't going to be an ambush point in every single game. If something is killing you behind a wall, or like, you know, they're popping back and forth, just shoot down the wall, and then they no longer have that to be there. So it kind of gives you as well counterplay, which is something that Overwatch never had in these types of instances. And, you know, choke points would be a thing, and it'd be like, you know, no counterplay to it. And it made a lot of like still gameplay for tanks and turrets and so on. Torbjorn was always like, you know, a problem with those types of things. And thankfully, you know, they dealt with that in a very unique way. I really love that. And I've seen a Wolverine make a play by digging through a wall. Dr. Friesburn says, there you go. Absolutely. And it's really cool. I've done that myself. You know, flanking plays are really important in this game, and have been a lot of fun to pull off. Captain America is pretty uniquely good at flanking. So is Wolverine, who's another one of my most played characters. He's considered weak by a lot of the player base, but I think a lot of the player base just doesn't really know how to play him. I think he's actually very strong. But I think it's like very awesome that you can play these characters in different ways. You don't have to play front to back with Captain America. You don't have to play diving with Wolverine. You don't have to play, these exact ways with certain characters. You can figure out your own kind of way to play these characters. Also, I think that I have not tried the tournament, but there is a little in-game form of tournament that in this game. I think that's really, really cool, with a huge prize pool just caked into it, 14,000 USD as for every single what is it called, region has this prize pool separately. I think that's really, really cool. I kind of want to like set up a team and play this. I think it might be a lot of fun. So if you guys want to join me, definitely leave me a comment in the comments below and let me know who you like to play. I play a little bit of every single character, so I'm down to play whoever. And it's just been a really, really big W. The season pass so far has been pretty darn good. The battle pass, you can get a lot of free skins, you can get a lot of free cosmetics and all kinds of stuff. And the skins themselves, a thing that, for example, what's it called? Concord was dog with. But for example, these Captain America skins, if I can go to them, where is it? Is it abilities? No, sorry, cosmetics. I'm an idiot. They're really good. Like, dude, this like, Captain Gladiators, like a Viking style Captain America, looks awesome. He looks like He-Man. This one it looks like, very space mecha-y and everything. All cool skins. And this is for every single character. And like, for example, this Captain Gladiator, which is a really good skin. How much is it priced? Let me just show you. It's not a movie tie-in, obviously. $16. It's a 1-to-1, by the way. It's a complete 1-to-1. $16 or $14 for just a skin by itself. Pretty darn good price. And every single player is saying Wolverine is dog shit. I know. I think, like, people's mileage will vary, and like a lot of people are meta slaves. Dark Shade. This happens with every single game, but I think it definitely happens with, competitive games like this, competitive games like Overwatch and everything like that. And I actually have had my best games on Wolverine. Like, just straight up, out of every single character, my best games have been on Wolverine. I've gotten multiple MVPs, multiple hard carries. I think I play maybe in a relatively unique way, but like, the game's only been out for a week, so I don't think a really meta can be really formed yet. But I think like every character is at least viable. I think every character is pretty much at least viable, maybe except Hulk. I think Hulk is like actually dog. But besides Hulk, I think like every other character at least has a place. The lore is pretty cool. You have like little comics and it has like, really, really dives into the comic feel and everything. Has little panels, has art, has things to unlock. I think that's super, super cool. I've not obviously unlocked any of them, but I'm not really focused on doing so. I'm just playing for fun right now. I think like every single character has little intro mechanics, like as in like if you hover over it, every character has a unique animation. Small detail, but this game does the small details well. And I think that's a really, really good thing. Overwatch at its height did the small details well. And then slowly but surely, those went by the wayside. Which was really, really sad to see. For example, one of the coolest intros was Scarlet Witches, and I think if I go to her skin, it'll show her coming out like in the movie. If I'm not mistaken, let me see. Cosmetic, yeah, it's this one, right? Can I do this, or is it just acquire? No, there was some way to see it, and maybe I'm just like clicking the wrong thing. Yep, there it is. This is it. Look how cool this looks. This is so cool. Every little intro animation, everything has a lot of love put into it. Now, if they keep this level of quality up, I can see this game being very successful in a free-to-play mindset. Healthy, ethical things made that people want to buy just because they're high-quality skins, they're fun to use and everything like that, as opposed to being like, cash grabs and stuff. Big things. I think if they continue doing this, it'll be a really, really good thing. Yeah, these are more unlocks and everything like that. Little special themed missions that they give and everything like that. A huge W. Huge W. So basically, I think this game is extremely fun, especially for a free-to-play game. I think it is the closest thing to a true competitor to Overwatch. I think it has the sauce to be able to compete, and I think it's definitely worth your time. It's definitely worth your money because it's free. But I think in terms of actual time invested, so far, this game has the sauce. Now, maybe in a few months down the road, it may change. Maybe a year down the road, it'll become really, really bad. NetEase will abandon the game, not update it, so on and so forth. These things could happen. If it does, I will cover it. But as of now, this game officially does not suck. And I'm so glad. So happy with it. So glad that it's like just good, clean, silly fun. People at least so far are not Giga Sweats. The Giga Sweats are playing ranked. Maybe the ranked, version of the game is much different. I haven't played ranked. I wouldn't know. But so far, at least in normal games, the community seems relatively good, especially considering a lot of them are Overwatch veterans, and you know how Overwatch players can be. And if you don't, a lot of them are very toxic. So thankfully, that's not really been an issue so far. But yeah, if they keep up the good cadence of content, if they keep a good cadence of cosmetics to make sure the game stays successful, and releases for new events, new characters, and so on and so forth, which they already have been doing very, very well. There's like 5 heroes that have been leaked. I think it was like relatively officially leaked, including I think Nova's on the list at least, even though it's not going to come out soon. I think the Human Torch, Mr. Fantastic, both of those characters are very, very close to coming out, and so on and so forth. Lots of really, really good characters that are on the list and going to be extremely interesting and fun to play. I think if they do that and make sure to take care of the toxics. Hope you're having a great night. Rivals, not playing it a ton, but it's fun. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, exactly. This is, I think that's a really good point, Wade. This game is very good at playing on a low key basis. Pun intended, in terms of the name, but also it's just a really good game to play on a very, very chill level. I think that is a very, very nice thing. Very, very glad to see that. And I genuinely hope it continues, and I expect it to continue. But yeah, there you go. Marvel's Rivals officially does not suck, and hopefully, if they, oh yeah, also I was saying if they keep up certain things, if they keep up the moderation of the game, that will be a big thing as well in terms of both cheaters, because there have been some, questionable, are people cheating or not. We've seen some like hit scan of like, a Punisher going like 52 kills and just like auto one tapping headshots and stuff. And we're just like, this seems a little sus. But not seen that too much, but it's definitely happened a couple of times. And a lot of like, the names and stuff needing to be filtered and so on and so forth. Voice chat, when they fix that and make it more available for people, will it become really, really toxic? If they continue to do good moderation, that will increase the longevity and the goodness of this game. And I hope it continues. Anyways, let me know what you think in the comments below. Are you enjoying Marvel's Rivals? Are you enjoying this game? Are you enjoying a certain character? Who's your favorite character? Who's your least favorite? Who do you think is overpowered? And how much do you hate Hela and Jeff the Shark? Definitely two of the characters, and Iron Fist. Definitely 3 of the characters I've seen being complained most often about, people calling them OP. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you think. I'd love to see what you think. I'll respond to every single comment, and definitely hope to catch you in the next video. Keep an eye out for more content about Marvel's Rivals, guide content, discussions, lots of fun clips and gameplay as well, and everything between for every single other game that we play. And definitely catch you in the next video. Thanks so much for your time.